I'm back. Allow me to introduce T'Pol's mother, Puma.
Hello,
Oh, save the pleasantries. I don't want to spend any longer talking about that boy than I have to.
Huh?
I disowned him long ago. He is no child of mine. All he cared about was his pipe dream of reaching the sky. Oh, we tried to talk sense into him, but he was obsessed. And then when he left us, he spouted some nonsense about building a workshop in the sky to avoid the constant criticism of us ground dwellers. He left his notebook behind. Whatever questions you have, you can look for them in there. I am done talking about him. He's no son of mine. He never called me Mom anyhow.
Wow, they've really fallen out. Paimon sure wasn't expecting that.
Her husband, T'Pol's father, he passed away recently, and T'Pol didn't even bother to show his face at the funeral. If you ask me, that was probably the final straw for Puma. I'll go keep her company. If there's anything else you need, just come and find me.
Thank you.
Okay, so this notebook is the only lead we got now, right? What's in there?
Some early designs for the phlogiston wings, and some theorizing about an airborne workshop. Ochkanatlan, the Cinder City. Looks like that's where he got his technological inspiration from.
So, was he serious about the workshop in the sky? But that's such a big project for one person. Do we? Oh, yes. The one from the trial arena that was super high up.
That balloon has been there for a while, and everyone's been wondering how it got up there, but what if that's the wrong question? What if it started off even higher up, above the clouds and out of view, and it only descended to its current height due to some kind of malfunction?
Part of T'Pol's workshop?
Seems likely. If T'Pol's base had been hiding above the clouds this whole time, that would definitely explain why Isidore couldn't find it.
Paimon totally called it! But how do we get up there? Chasca, can you even fly that high?
By myself? Possibly. But with a passenger, no chance. I doubt even phlogiston wings could take you up that high. At least, not without that relic T'Pol mentioned in his notebook.
Yeah, and he's probably holding on to it. We'll have to find another way. Nope. That's way beyond Paimon's altitude. Also, would you really expect Paimon to go up there and take on T'Pol all by herself?
Let's not worry. Just because we can't think of a solution doesn't mean no one else can. I'm not the only flying expert in my tribe, you know.
Oh, good point. We should go ask Elder Alpa.
And Mutoda. He was quite the flying ace back in the day, too. Let's head back and see what they suggest.
gone mad? The Kukasaurs are our partners.
Chasca, you're finally back. Things are getting really tense in the tribe. Have you made any headway with your investigation?
Some people even think we arrested the merchants just to support the flying squad and crack down on the phlogiston wings.
We found some promising leads, but there's a major obstacle standing between us and the irrefutable evidence we need.
A relic from the Cinder City? So Och Khan's still managing to sow discord, even after all these years.
An airborne workshop and a hot air balloon above the trial arena. And that's where you're trying to get to now? Neither phlogiston wings nor a Kukasaur can take you that high up. Do you really think that's where T'Pol is hiding?
You know what? There might just be a way.
Really?
Do you still remember those spouts in the arena? When they were all blocked, the gaseous phlogiston was trapped and unable to flow. But now, it's flowing freely. If we were to block them up again...
You mean all of them except the one at the very top of the arena? To build a...
Precisely. With all the gaseous phlogiston flowing through one spout, it would create a high-pressure wind current.
And then we just ride it up into the sky!
Yes, it has its risks, but with Chasca's abilities, I think she could manage it.
It's an extremely risky approach, but I agree that it's feasible.
If you want to give it a try, check with Inkanak at the trial grounds. She can explain how to block the spouts. Chasca, if anyone has a hope of seizing this evidence from the high heavens, it is you.
You're so tough.
Are a one-trick pony, you know.
Goodness me, that is a very bold idea.
Maybe so, but we have to act fast. What's the quickest way for us to block off the spouts?
From a technical perspective, I'd have to advise taking some measurements and carefully planning this out first. But I'm guessing that's not what you want to hear. Then we'll have to take the rough and ready approach. See the solid phlogiston over there? Our prior inspections revealed that some kind of stable structure has formed inside. making it highly damage resistant. It's not without its weak points, but unless they're all struck at the same time, the structural integrity won't be threatened.
So, what happens if we do strike them all at once?
It'll collapse.
Okay, I see where you're going with this.
Yeah, you got it. As long as you hit all the weak spots at once from the right angle, the solid phlogiston will fall right on top of the spout and block it.
You're right about rough and ready. Sounds like my kind of plan.
Look! There's a chunk of solid phlogiston right over that spout!
Bullseye! Locked on! Bullseye! 'Let's fly!
Points for agility. It actually worked! But wait, how are Paimon and the...
Koya can give you a lift. She's actually been following us this whole time.
Wow, Paimon didn't notice at all.
Well, probably because she didn't want to get too close to humans. Or maybe just me.
Whoa, you didn't even have to summon her.
Yes, up there. That's All right, let's go have a little talk with this T'Pol.
Let's fly!
Paimon's never...
Aha. Just as I thought. It might look like a regular hot air balloon, and sure enough, it only descended below the cloud line because the custom-built... I should be able to figure it out with T'Pol's notebook. Thankfully, I know a little DIY from fixing up my guns when they're having issues. That should just about do it.
Maybe that works on your gun, huh? We're really moving! The workshop in the sky! Makes you wonder why T'Pol even bothers with phlogiston wings when he has
Well, according to the notebook, the platform beneath us runs on components from the Cinder City. Also, I have some doubts about its mobility after seeing how it moved just now. For someone like T'Pol who dreams of flying freely, this definitely doesn't cut it.
But if he's got that relic, he should be able to make a set of prototype wings for himself, right? Why bother making a whole flying workshop so he can mass produce them? But this doesn't add up. If he's already achieved the power of flight, then...
With any luck, we'll find the answers in his workshop.
Take me up!
Why won't it fly away like the others? Is it...
She's still breathing, but barely. By the looks of it, T'Pol was using these cages to extract phlogiston from the Kukasaurs. Once a Kukasaur is drained of phlogiston, it becomes too weak to move. We'll have to come back for these ones after dealing with T'Pol. Let me see. Looks like a record of his phlogiston research. Log number 330. With the support of...
I was finally able to launch the airborne workshop. Even though it relies on the relic for 80% of its power supply, I've at least taken the first step. Log number 348. Research on the relic is progressing well. I should be able to replicate the has proposed a name for this groundbreaking invention, the phlogiston wings. I think I'm getting close. Soon I will achieve my dreams. Log number 377. Encountered some issues with the new smaller model phlogiston wings. The gaseous phlogiston showed... Thinks we should proceed at a more cautious pace with the refinement experiments. But after so many past failures, I have to prove that I will succeed this time. Log number 114. Ran an experiment using Log number 117. I've started recruiting merchants and hunters to Log number 121. Major breakthrough in the efficiency of phlogiston yield.
Huh? So many parts have been crossed out!
Yeah, probably the contact he alluded to in his other notebook. Guess he has a benefactor.
Did anyone else notice how the numbering system in this notebook...
We haven't got time for textual analysis, I'm afraid. Grab the notebook and let's press on. Huh. Never seen one of these before. Looks like this was built with the Cinder City components, too.
You're not thinking of giving it a nice hard kick, are you?
Let's fly!
Whoa! What's that mechanism doing?
It's asking for a nice hard kick where it hurts. Aim for the weak spot.
What are they doing here?
It's T'Pol's henchman. He must have brought them here using the relic and his prototype wings. Watch out!
Farewell!
Log number 403. Introduced me to some new comrades who fully... I told them that some Saurians are blessed with wings, and some people with natural gifts, while the less fortunate among us can only look on longingly. But I also told them that progress can erase individual differences. Think of the tools humanity has made to fight back against wild beasts. I promised them that our research will be the new frontier of human progress. With our phlogiston wings, I only hope that when we finally achieve this...
Imagine a world where the skies are for all to share. Yes, what a wonderful world that would be. If only it were possible. We could respond faster, and so many tragedies could be prevented. But T'Pol, what about the Saurians you're draining dry of phlogiston? You're not sharing the sky, you're stealing it! Bad move. I won't let you get away with it. I'm fine. Let's keep moving. I don't think we'll find anything else here.
Giddy up!
Mind the side effects.
Take me up!
I can't believe he captured so many Kukasaurs. But right now, we have to focus on solving this problem at the source. Looks like we've reached the center of the workshop.
And still no sign of Koya's baby.
Let's search this area for now. If we still can't find Chime, we'll double back.
Chasca, Traveler, come quick!
What is it? Did you find Chime?
Not yet, but look! It's another one of T'Pol's notebooks!
Alright.
Log number 428. We decided to restart the experiments on phlogiston refinement, but without telling. This is the final obstacle to the success of the Phlogiston Wings project. Log number 436. Earlier today, suggested using Kukasaurs as an Anyway, as long as our secret experiment succeeds, log number 443. We will conduct the experiment tomorrow. Log number 444.
Huh? Why is this log empty?
I guess whoever wrote down the log number was prevented from recording the results.
Log number... We lost many comrades in the accident. Among them are friends, love, but we cannot stop now. We will keep their As of today, we are scrapping the artificial refinement method. Instead, we will focus all our They are arrogant beasts whose existence in the wild serves no one but themselves. To facilitate our operations, we will gradually move the airborne workshop closer to the Flower Feather clan, even as we continue to... All this we do to create a world where the sky... All this we do to make T'Pol's dream a reality.
Given the way this is written, not to mention the fact that the numbering has started over from 0...
There's also a letter tucked in the end of the notebook. It's from Puma.
T'Pol, I don't know where you are right now, so I don't know how to reach you. My best bet is to send this letter. Your father is gravely ill. Oh, I know we've had our differences in the past, but he is still your father. Won't you come and... I know you never liked him and cared even less for me, but we'll still be waiting here for you if you do come back. This may be the...
So Puma's not T'Pol's real mom? Huh. Well, she did say he never called...
We know that T'Pol's father passed away quite recently, and this letter looks recent. By contrast, the writing in this... It looks like the real reason T'Pol didn't attend his father's funeral is because he'd long since passed away himself. If we ask ourselves why this letter was sent to the Flower Feather clan, why T'Pol always yearned for the sky, and how he got his... It all points to one answer.
That's right. T'Pol was my child. He was born during my days as a wingless wanderer. His birth gave me new hope. I wanted to become the kind of mother who spent her days as a valiant rider, soaring the skies. Not an aimless, wingless nobody. But his father wanted to settle down, to give his child a safe, sheltered life in his tribe. We fought about it constantly. Until the love we once... He started a new family. With another traveler who was also looking to return home. And I went back to the flower...
Opa?
I had no idea that despite being raised among the children of echoes, my child still harbored dreams of the skies. Can you imagine, Chasca? The joy and surprise I felt when he showed up at my door, asking to join the flying trials. or how proud I was when he said he wanted to prove his own worth, rather than relying on my position as elder. And then the anguish that overcame me when he was rejected by the Kukusaurs and became...
You've got a lot of nerve showing your face here.
Don't take this the wrong way, Chasca. I trust you've learned of T'Pol's wish on your way here. A world where the skies are for all of humanity to share. If only his dream can be realized, no one will ever have to lose their wings again. Our aerial prowess will be greater than... War will never again come at such a great cost. The loss of Koichi. So tell me, Chasca, do you really wish to see the phlogiston wings forever?
Nothing you've said excuses all the conflict you've caused.
You mean the argument back at the tribe? It was a necessary measure. Is a mother harming her children when she coaxes them into swallowing a bitter pill? Of course not. It is a brief moment of suffering for the greater good, and the child would come to understand the phlogiston wings are that bitter pill. We will never progress as a tribe if we... Once the people have embraced the phlogiston wings, they will never look back. Even if they learn how the refined phlogiston is sourced, they will convince themselves that the sacrifice of a few Kukusaurs. But this I had not anticipated.
Your plan was hardly foolproof.
Yet, it can still be salvaged. Chasca, I'm sure you have your doubts about my methods, but know that you know me, Chasca. And you know that as fellow humans. Surely you can understand my perspective.
Ulpa, Natlan doesn't belong to humans alone. And truthfully, neither do I. How many times has the Abyss invaded Natlan now? And yet despite how much stronger it is than us, Natlan still stands as a peace imposed by force will crumble in a matter of days. Because social bonds are what hold a civilization together. And yet you would break the bond we share with our Saurian companions to take more power for ourselves? That's as stupid as hacking your own...
They are wild beasts, driven purely by instinct. How could they possibly understand human social bonds?
Ugh, how did someone like her ever become a writer?
You overestimate them. They bow to the strong and shun the weak. That's all there is to it. They never gave... It's all about survival of the fittest for them. Plain and simple. They obeyed...
You're wrong, Ulpa. They only reject the wingless because they don't want to fly anyone to their death.
Chasca, I will promise you this. Only the unruliest wild Kukusaurs will be used for phlogiston extraction. The ones who...
Well, that's too bad. Because I know a few unruly wild Kukusaurs who don't think that idea is gonna fly. Namely my mom, my sister, and me. And the others? To us, they're friends, family, even children. So if you want to put any of them in one of your
Is that right? I knew you might be difficult to...
Ulpa!
Careful! Don't make any rash decisions. Unless you want to...
Oh no, that's one of the extraction cages!
I told my subordinates to take control of the tribe while I was away. Luckily for them.
Take control? What are you planning to do with Mutota and his supporters?
Merely accelerate their inevitable downfall. They cannot stand in the way of progress forever. It is not the move I wish to make, but I'm afraid you and your friends force my hand. And since you insist on imposing me too, I have no choice but to keep you here until the dust has settled.
So that's what you meant by I just want to talk.
No, Chasca. I genuinely hoped I could win you over. You are the strongest warriors we have. Put down your weapons, and I just need you to stay here for the next couple of weeks or so, while my people consolidate their power. As long as the majority supports our vision, even the Pyro Archon cannot
Your vision is deranged, and the Flower Feather Clan.
You sure about that? Then wait here and see.
What do we do? Even if the whole tribe fights back, Mutota's...
Stop delaying the inevitable! Drop your weapons and get into the cave!
She's still holding Chime hostage. Is there really no other...
Koya?
Huh? What are you yapping about? Stand down. Drop your weapons, now! No! The relic!
Be free!
Ridiculous! Shower me with good!
Give up, Alpha. We're the...
Hey, something's up with this relic! No! What is she doing? She'll bring us all down with her!
But why? We stabilized the relic!
Maybe it got damaged in the fight. If we don't think of something fast, this whole workshop is gonna fall apart.
No. They're directly beneath us. My beloved tribe!
Okay. It's too powerful. This ain't a toy like last time. But we need to get it far away before it explodes. Koya, remember when we were kids? Come on. Don't worry. I know I can get rid of it before it explodes. All I need is for you to catch me at the end. Just like... I can't hold it back anymore!
Don't be insane!
Alpha! What are you...
You're a fool, Chasca! Why would you choose such... We cannot entrust the safety of our tribe to this wild...
I'm the fool! You really think you can stand...
Sure, it may be asking too much for an ex-winglet, but I can fly it a safe distance away. Even if it's the last thing I do. Here. This should be high enough to save the clan. What?
You don't get to die a hero today. Koya, are you hurt? Let me take a look at you. What do you mean, I'm fine? Didn't I tell you to catch me on your back? Why did you try to shield me from the blast? Accident? Yeah, right. Seriously, you're as stubborn as ever.
Chasca, Koya!
How are things looking here? I think that's putting it mildly. I owe you one. Again. Oh, but be honest. Do you still think Kukasaurs can't form bonds?
Mom, I'll figure out the refinement problem. I'll find a way. You don't need to worry about it. I just need some more time. That's all I ask. Please just trust me. Just this once.
The Flower Feather clan yield to the strong. And it's up to the winners to define what strength means. So it looks like it's my turn to yield.
Koya! Koya! So, you're absolutely sure it's not because of the explosion?
Yes, for the 10,000th time, I'm sure. The blast barely touched her. The reason she fainted was old injuries playing up, compounded by overexertion in recent days. The moment she finally relaxed, all the built-up stress finally caught up with her. And no wonder. Honestly, she's just like you. Anyway, now you know how we feel when you go off risking life and limb. Your mother and I would both appreciate it if you lived less dangerously. You know she wrote to me from the Masters of... If she wasn't so busy with work, you can bet she'd come back here and chew us both out in person.
I'll find an opportunity to apologize to her. I promise.
You'd better. No more avoiding us, okay? And don't get me started on all the checkups you've missed.
Got it. Got it. Huh? Koya? You're awake. I'll go let everyone know.
Hey, but we're not done talking. What are we gonna do with her, Even after everything that's happened, she still hasn't figured out how to start the conversation with you. She keeps saying, I don't think Koya has forgiven me yet. But if you ask me, she's the one who's scared to open up and have an honest conversation. For all her confidence, she's a very sensitive soul underneath. You'd think as a peacemaker, she of all people would know how to reconcile with her family after a falling out. She must have been a handful growing up. Thank you for being there for her. And of course, Thank you for keeping her safe when you were up there in the sky.
Koya, Uncle Cusco, we're here!
Ha! I was just telling her that she's not to go chasing danger with Chasca ever again.
Cusco, I understand how you must feel. But it's all thanks to Koya and Chasca's efforts that the airborne workshop didn't come crashing down on our heads.
Oh, Paimon almost forgot to ask. They didn't hurt you while we were gone, did they?
Thankfully, when her co-conspirators tried to arrest me, I was out coaching Koya and Junan. The two of them were a huge help. They took care of things while I went around rallying the resistance. So, in the end, Alpa's would-be revolt didn't really get off the ground. And as it turns out, not all of the wingless want to see our dear Saurian friends replaced with phlogiston-powered gizmos. I'm so sorry you got mixed up in this, by the way. We should have caught on to Alpa's scheme sooner. We could have saved so many Kukasaurs from getting hurt. Most of the airborne workshop has now been dismantled. We've just left one small, harmless part intact, and repurposed it as a jail for Alpa and her cronies.
Let's see how they like being locked up in a sky prison!
So, it looks like there's just one last conflict left to resolve. Peacemaker, you're up.
I said I had to wait until things had blown over, didn't I? And now they have. But I still have no idea what to say. Koya, I just want to say, I'm sorry for how things went down back then. Huh? Does this mean you're not mad at me anymore?
There's that family likeness coming through again.
But that day, when we ran into each other... Huh? So then, when did you finally make your peace with it?